Hey everybody, it's Jake Newton. In this video, I'm talking about situational awareness. 3 practices that can make your job easier in applying this concept, applying it to your day-to-day. Situational awareness is a basic concept. It's not overly complicated. And that's one thing to keep in mind. This is just a free one that we'll have as part of kicking this video off, but don't overcomplicate it. At the basis of situational awareness is, rather than getting distracted by all of the things that life brings to us, prioritize your safety and security and take time to look at the things around you and listen to your gut. Have that gut instinct to be able to recognize when things around you are off and then respond accordingly if they are. That is the basis of situational awareness. Everybody's heard the concept, but sometimes we get lost in the weeds on what it really means. So that's the basis. Just really pay attention to your surroundings and act accordingly when there's things that are causing you concern. Aside from that, here's 3 tips that can make your life easier or maybe amplify your ability to practice situational awareness. Here's number 1. Establish normal. So here's what I mean. You're not going to have the same level of alertness in your own home as you might when you're in an entirely new area. Maybe you're traveling to a new country. It's impractical. You have to be able to create a framework for your body to have the adequate level of mindfulness of these different things. So you know what normal looks like for your house because you have that routine, you have that familiarity. So you're going to more easily recognize if something is out of place. If you don't have that established, then establish that for yourself. Do you always lock your doors? Do you always have certain things set a certain way so that when you go to bed at night or when you come home from work, you would notice easily if something is out of place? And then it gives you an ability to investigate that more or identify that something's not right here. Well, if you're in an area that is entirely new to you, you have to figure out what that normal is. What does normal look like for whatever area you're in? So even your hometown, you know how people behave. You know how people park their cars. You know, generally speaking, what is going to create road rage. You know, generally speaking, what is going to occur when you're walking up and down the streets. You know the socioeconomic dynamics in your local town. All of these things help inform your body and give you the ability to have the necessary level of awareness you need to have for your environment. But still, it's not your house. It's not an area where you can let your guard down that much. So you need to have that ability. When you're going to an entirely new location, you need to establish what normal looks like so that your body has a system, if you will, to say something doesn't feel right, something's not normal, and then you can take care of it accordingly. That might take a little bit of observation. You might have to kind of study the people. You might have to study the way people move, the way people interact, and the way things happen in that society. But you can pick that up pretty fast. Are people more friendly in their nature, or are they more reserved and keeping to themselves? Even here in the United States, we have those different dynamics across the states. You know, people in the South are generally known for being very open, very welcoming, where if you go to certain urban populations, it's like people are head down and they're just walking from point A to point B and not looking to have a conversation with anybody. So picking up on those cues so that if there is something that is leaning towards being of concern for your personal safety, then you can take action. But suffice it to say, help yourself out, establish normality for your area. Number 2, make things easy on yourself. And here's what I mean. Set yourself up where you eliminate variables of things that can potentially cause you harm. So this might be, if you have the ability to walk after dark or drive after dark, maybe you drive. If you have the ability to sit in a location that limits the amount of things you have to keep track of at any given time, maybe you sit in that area rather than being in the middle of some place that you have your visibility limited or you have the ability to not control as much. But create a way to control your environment and think about different ways you can set yourself up for success. If you get lost, go into a place where you can sit down and regather your bearings rather than trying to do it right in the middle of a busy metropolitan city. So All of these kinds of things can allow you to use the focus that you have in an appropriate manner and not tire yourself out quickly. Number 3, plan ahead. If you're going to a new environment, even if you're going to a known environment, but maybe it's for a new occasion or maybe it's for a different purpose, plan ahead. Give yourself the ability to, again, generate awareness as fast and as quickly as you can, and then you're executing rather than trying to gather information in motion. So if you're going on a trip, here's an easy example. If you're going overseas and you're going across the ocean, look at the environment on Google Maps and do some Google searching or whatever platform that you use to identify what the street orientation looks like. Where's a hospital? What are some significant landmarks? So again, if you're losing your bearings, you're getting lost, if somebody's following you, whatever it is, you can go to these different locations that you have pre-identified as safe, or at least know that if you have to make a move, you're not going to get yourself more lost. You're going to get yourself more towards safety faster than what it takes otherwise trying to do so on the fly. So planning ahead, and you can use this principle of just, even think about when you're trying to order food somewhere. You're going to order food faster if you look at the menu before you depart rather than looking at the menu when you're actually there. Not that that applies to this specifically from a situational awareness context, but you have a better understanding before you even get there. So when you can do that kind of planning from a safe location, it gives you the little bit of an upper edge or the advantage before you actually have to experience whatever it is that you might feel exposed to. So those are 3 tips. Take those for what they're worth. Hopefully they help you kind of demystify situational awareness a little bit. But again, at the end of the day, be mindful of your surroundings. Take the opportunity to just look around. What looks wrong? What doesn't look in place? Is there somebody behaving in a manner that is unusual? And then if they are behaving in a manner that is unusual, that take action on that and have that action planned out ahead as well. What are you going to do about that? You're going to call local authorities? Are you just going to try to get to a local facility or a local place where it can be kind of a safe haven for you? Have all of that pre-identified so that you can have the upper advantage in your own personal safety and security. Own your safety and security. It couldn't be more important. But anyway, that's all for this one. Go to cpps.com if you have questions or thoughts and want to sign up for our newsletter. Otherwise, you can reach out to us from there as well. Put a comment where comments may go. We'd love to hear from you on your thoughts on this content. How can we better provide the answers that you're looking for? But otherwise, until next time, thanks for watching. Cheers.